What's up, everyone? What's up, everyone? How you guys doing tonight? Sign in with Google. Yeah, continue, dude. Oh my god. What are you guys doing tonight? You're beautiful. How'd you get so beautiful? Alright, we're gonna try to make a video. Actually, I got a video on my iPhone I gotta upload. You gotta get big and strong. No, I don't want to join your webinar. You look kind of hot with that shirt off. Awesome bike ride early. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. How you doing? Did you do a you go live with your Bible studies? It's kind of cool. Everyday stuff you can just make videos of or go live of. Okay. Obviously, drive more traffic, but um, you know, cute woman 27. That is like cute woman 27. I don't think you're a woman. Call me crazy, but that's just the feeling I get. Are you a dude? If you were a woman, when you actually, instead of saying cute woman, when you say like your name? I'll put them on channel under a playlist, weekly video Bible study. All right, let me check it out. What? Tom Thackeray is live. There you go. Go to channel activity. Oh no. I don't want to wire. Go to channel. That's pretty cool. Where do you live, man? I'm gonna guess somewhere in the Midwest. I'm gonna go with Des Moines, Iowa. Am I right? Or am I completely and totally off? See, I don't know how to make these videos actually good. Hey, thanks for the follow. You can make like shorts and stuff. But I don't know how to make these videos enticing. How do I do it? So I have my workout videos. They're like 30 minutes long, right? But you can't really put music to it because it's all copyrighted. But then what do I do? I just explain what I'm doing. I'm not really sure how to make it more, interesting. Angles, transitions, captivating voiceovers. Yeah, it's probably what. And like TikTok, I really don't have to do like 30-minute videos. But for YouTube, like, it obviously helps to do like a 30-minute video and explain everything, and then maybe that's what I'll try to do with some like voiceovers. It's kind of hard when it's 30 minutes. Like, do I speak for 30 minutes? Man, go live for 2 hours and you have 122 people on it. You must be making a good amount of money. It's kind of crazy. You can write out a script and have AI or something generate the voiceover. Huh. You're in Texas? I'm in Boston. Where in Texas are you? El Paso? Yeah, I think maybe I just gotta try the voiceover. Well, Boston? Yeah, it's a pretty nice city. You can write out a script and have AI or something generate the voiceover. Yeah, but for a half hour, I would have to write it out for like, how many pages would it be? You're near Dallas, Fort Worth? Cool. I've been to Dallas before. I like Dallas. Went for the Red River rivalry. It was a hell of a time. Good time was had. That's why content creators have teams. Met your husband in Boston? Good for you. Yeah, but I don't have a team. This is me. But yeah, you're probably right. That's why like either hire all these people or they get big enough where they join somewhere and then other people put out content for them. That is probably how a lot of these people have so many, you know, have so much content, so many followers. Yeah, it's a lot of work, and I don't even like. For me, I think it's simple because at least a lot more simple than most people because I work out every day anyways. That's kind of why I started it because it wasn't like something that's like insane for me. It was like I work out, I may as well post it. But yeah, yeah. I gotta check something because I got these like half-hour workout videos, and I kind of want to like be able to post them or you know I can make clips of them, but I don't know. But then like a lot of the free time I have, I'm just going live. So like you can make videos. I can make the videos while I am live, but it's hard to. It would hard to do a voiceover while I'm live. God, sometimes the quality of my video is so crappy. Like I'm looking at it now, it was just like buffering. Why? Also, I like the lives better. I damn your heart, you're not buffering. Thanks, thanks, Lord Andrew. But I mean, sometimes when I go live, it is buffering. All right, download section. I think your workouts are much easier to watch without the music playing on your phone. Thank you. Yeah, I decided I had to change that. It also like if you go live, and I'm not monetized yet, so it doesn't matter. But like it always gives me like copyright warnings. So that's better too. It doesn't give me copyright warnings and everything like that, which is nice. The Petroleum construction personnel. Edit video. There we go. We got one in the works. I think this will. Yeah. All right. It's buffering it first. Definitely buffering. Oh yeah, moving easy. Bad to the bone. Ain't no rest for the wicked. Bad to the bone. That's a great song. Use. Of course it's not long enough. Of course. Remove. I do it better than me? You are nothing, bro. I like when you flex those huts. You do what better than me, Masai? Alright, there we go. Content under review. This is my live highlight. What are you talking about? That makes no sense. The highlight of my live video is under review, even though I just reposted it. Hey Ethan, what's up, man? Hey Mike. What camera do I use? I use my, what is it, 835? It's just my phone. Actually, no. My 835 is what I go live on with YouTube. TikTok is like a Motorola 5G. I need a better camera. So I know. So all I know is I need a better camera. Mike, what's up, man? How you doing tonight? Getting ready for bed? Gotta go to work in the morning? I'm doing pretty well. Got to join earlier than normally, so I'm actually pretty happy. Normally I'm fighting to stay awake. Got the kids to bed earlier. It was a great workout. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Got to work out earlier. I mean, got the kids to bed early, so I was able to hop on, talk to everyone, trying to find new ways to put out better videos. You know, trying to bring you better content, see stuff that helps out people more. That's what I mean. When someone was asking about camera, I got to get a better camera and stuff. I think I got it. Actually, I'm gonna go live on. I might need better internet connection too, to be honest. I'm gonna go live on Twitter. I need to get better camera or a different camera, so I can go live on Instagram. You know? How about this 1986 Ford Bronco Eddie Power? Whew. Oh, I looked at that the other day. So 2025 Ford Expedition Max King Ranch for $90,000. What do you need $90,000 car for? Stupid. That's a frame cabinet. BlackBerry Priv old cell. Yeah, so like, what do people have like full camera setups? I don't know, it's crazy. But then like once you get everything, you probably can make such easy content. not like you have to reinvent the wheel and everything. Like you already, once you have like all the stuff, you already have the ability to make all types of content. 225,000. 2024 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, 225,000. That's outrageous. It's a house. Knicks. What are you a Knicks fan? What are you rubbing it in? You're a hater. I also have no idea why people on Twitter can't comment. I guess maybe it's a good thing I can say whatever I want to them. You can't yell at me. Never thought of it like that. But no, it'd be nice if people could comment. Yeah, both I don't so much care for. Awnings. That's what I'm gonna look at. Awnings for patios. I have like those old 1960s crappy things. You know, like the metal one. Yeah. The aluminum door canopy, like those absolutely piece of junk. Those things look so ugly. For door and patio. No, that's not too bad. Should just build one. I could build one, but because it's attached to the house, I'd probably have to take off the siding. I'd probably end up biting off more than I can chew. I'm not really a fan of Wayfair. Alright, let's look at the Home Depot. Types of awnings. Awnings covers. Retractable awnings, fixed awnings. Oh, that's pretty nice. Oh, I like that. Yeah. These old school 4 foot canopy aluminum fixed awning. This is $437. This thing looks so terrible. What would you even? Why do you? I don't understand. So wait, how big is it? Height? 12 inch. Oh, 12 inch. So it's 3.5 feet wide. That'd be pretty nice. 7 by 7. $29 feet. $3,800. Jeez. That's outrageous. $3,800. Could you just build an arbor? Yeah, I'm sure I could build something for. See, my connection is unstable. Why? Why is my connection? 3 feet by 9 feet. That's not very long. Oh, one of those ugly ones. Sorry, Abdul. But I don't really want to co-host with you, buddy. I don't know you. I don't think it's going to be that interesting to talk to you. So, I'm going to pass. Polycarbonate. Yeah, these are all the same thing. They're all stupid. The metal ones, man, those things are crazy. They're so ugly. I guess I could just take my. I want something bigger. Like I take what I have and. I don't know. This would be kind of nice. 5 feet by 22 feet. That actually would be really nice. Crazy that it's that expensive. Could sit under. 5 feet by 22 feet is pretty big. I have to measure that out. sweet. Of course, they always say it's like, oh, easy to install, and like, it's not going to be. It's going to be an absolute nightmare to install. Oh, so what's that? 15 feet is way cheaper. Seven feet. I want something bigger than 7 feet. 15 feet might do the trick. I'm pretty tempted to go measure, but then all you guys will hop off. You guys will leave me, I know it. So why am I watching this dummy? The Rook Hauler. Who's this guy? This guy has 1.3 1,300 people watching. Man, that's a lot of people. Still must be making a killing. There's 1,300 people on this. Look at this old dude. The real Clark Bartram. 1.2 million. Whew. That's crazy. Wow. That is a lot of followers. $1.2 million. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing pretty well. I got 2,300. 2,400 now, I guess. Download video. Man, that was stud. I got 2,400. Okay. I gotta go get my tape measure. I gotta go. I gotta go see. How's everyone on YouTube doing? Huh? What? No. I want to join my live. Alright, I want to pull up my live. What are you guys doing to me? What is going on? You're not going to let me pull this up. What's up, Zay? Thanks, man. I'm gonna watch my boy Peter Santinello.
So the old names here are Teeter,
Midgets,
Midget.
a lot of the midgets, O'Neill, Stires, Houston, Williams. Like some of them are people that moved here too. Austin's, Garrishes, you see a lot of O'Neill back there. A few Tolkien's.
So when did the big change happen from this being a fishing community to being like
I would say in the early 80s you started transforming into the where the people started moving in, buying land up in the very early 80s. There was some tourism, but not a lot. And then they started really buying up the land. My brother got the 5 of us left. 3 of us still live on the island, my brother.
5 of the 11 left.
5 years that were left. Because my older brother would be in his 90s now, if he was still alive. You know what I mean?
How old are you?
I'm 72 myself.
All right.
I'm getting on that mark, but he's not yet.
How's it feeling?
I feel good.
Feeling good.
Yeah. I find up on life. I love life. I love people. I want people.
Love life, man.
I want people. My brother used to own this side. He passed. My brother passed down.
Is that pretty sad seeing so many siblings pass away? Or
Yeah, it is sad. It's sad, but the way life was done. I mean, yeah, it is sad.
we all meet the end?
There's the O'Neill Cemetery right here. That's my brother's cemetery right there. O'Neill Cemetery.
That's your cemetery.
Yeah.
O'Neill Cemetery.
Right there, yeah.
So these are all your
Well,
relatives?
yeah, the old one relative. That's my brother right there. That way back there, and the old 2 toes is my grandmother and grandfather.
Okay, those 2 back there.
Yep. I didn't get to meet them. My father was born in 1901, so that's a long time ago. This is my nephew. My brother, yeah, he was young too. My brother is got his mother just obviously my sister-in-law. That's just like 2 weeks ago.
Why can't I pull up my life?
Anyway, they got her name when they'll be buried there. My brother and her. Well, you know, cremated in just their place. And that's my house back there. I want to show you from the canal.
The turquoise one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my other brother's house. He lives on the island. His wife just died. She's my neighbor too. So she's very hard time. So yeah, that's the front of my house. Hey, buddy. That's a musician. That's my grandson. What up? He's a musician. I mean,
Who's a musician? Me?
What's he playing?
he plays drums and guitar.
No way.
He plays with 5 different rock and roll bands. Some of them are 70s. He is so good, you can believe it. Hello, that's my lovely wife. And how you doing? Dallas,
Hey, who's your favorite drummer? Dude, that's my favorite drummer. Yeah, I saw Rush. My first show was Rush at 16 years old. Can you play any of the songs?
Oh yeah, can he play them? Yeah, he played with me.
Serious?
Can he play them?
Can we get that on camera, Rex?
They got school right now. They could go into the studio. We got a little studio in this house. I'll show you.
I would love to hear that. Okay, buddy, we'll see you after school.
He plays that, but he played it good.
Anything.
It's sponsored by Ground News. If you're watching my content, you realize the world is a very complicated place. You're here to learn with an open mind. Unfortunately, in 2025,
Needs to try stuff.
bias, every journal has an angle. One way to parse through this problem is with an app and website I've been using called Ground News. The feature I love the most about Ground News is its blind spot feature. It allows you to flip from news source to news source and see how the same story is covered in a completely different way, exposing the political bias of a news publication. For example, the headline, DHS says it's investigating California cash assistance program for immigrants is mostly being covered by the right and center. Left-leaning journals are hardly covering the story. 1 in 5 people in Gaza face starvation, report warns. As Israel's months-long blockade continues, it's covered mostly by the left and center, and right-leaning journals are hardly covering this story. Use Ground News to get all sides of every story. Be better informed.
No, that's not. I'm just trying to pull up my live. Why can't I do this?
See who owns what media.
Makes no
Follow
sense.
the trail of where the money is coming from. If you like my
Where's the money
content,
coming
you'll
from?
like Ground News too. Go to groundnews.com/Peter to check it out. Subscribe through my link down below in the description to get 40% off unlimited access. Now back to the story.
we grew up right here on this road. And we used to play as little kids in this, we used to go $1 pond, is what it's named over here. We used to go back on.
So just super simple life growing up here.
Yeah, simple. We used to play simple. See, this Pamlico is the name of the sign, Pamlico sign. Of course, we used to go out and we used to get over there. I heard the British cemetery. This poor four British sailors watched the show in World War II. You can walk up right. I will write it for you. Take it down. I'll tell you the story about a little bit of the story behind it. They got torpedoed with a German U-boat. These four watched the show on those two beaches. Because they were allies working with us during World War II, we felt like it was only appropriate to give them proper burial. So we donated this land to the British. The British actually owned this little strip of land.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
This is British territory.
Just that little four sailors right there. Two of them are unknown and two of them are had dog tags. But the United States Coast Guard.
What? Why can't I pull up my live?
Every year they have a British ceremony here.
This is good.
This is what they call a Howard ceremony.
There we go. Jeez.
Well, you know the name of your deal.
So hard about that.
Oh, the golf cart's great.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, you don't want a car here.
No.
No way.
And on the electric is
Hey,
quiet.
you beat out the.
Yeah, especially in summertime, short going over, you know. This is what they call East Howard Street. This is one older street on the island. A lot of streets used to be like this. What they call Howard Street. That's William Howard. Say, hey, William. Yes, grandparents and family go back forever too. In fact, one of the Howard bought the island originally, right?
Yeah. Not left much now.
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandparents grew up here, my mom and dad lived here. I used to think grew up here. Oh. Man, he left at a young age, as a young child. He went to the Air Force and went to Vietnam. You live here now?
In fact, the jobs were hard to come by here, so people have to move off the island to find a job. And the wives would stay here, the husband would go off to go to work on dredge boats, tugboats, work 3 weeks on, week off.
You had to stay here on the same tracks, you know, you and to us. We had to stay here, make a living, and not have to go. That was the first generation? I feel like it maybe, you know what I mean? Like I said, Dad, born in 1942. Yeah. He had a kid at almost 15, you know, I'm sure they're like, you gotta go do something, buddy. Get to work. He had to go, but Granddad left, he went to Philadelphia, went up there and worked, my uncle crossed there, lived in Delaware and worked. What do you think it's like here in 10 years? Oh, man. I just read an article on Carolina Country Race.
Yeah.
Granddad in it, 1962. And they were interviewing Granddad about the power plant. And he was sitting there, they were talking to him, and he was talking about, you know, there ain't much fishing left no more. It's all recreational. There's people everywhere. Last 10 years, I ain't ever seen nothing like that. I said, hey, does this sound like me talking?
What?
You know, he's talking about that 10 years.
Yeah, exactly.
It was real interesting to see how much in 62 Granddad was talking about that last 10 years was big.
I gotta go to Oklahoma.
The last 10 years was real big down here. You gotta love America. So we have Rex speaking the brogue. You're speaking a North Carolina accent, I would say. I'm speaking some Yankee something, right? And we have all these different cool accents. I love it. A lot of times people say the Southern accent. There are many Southern accents. Oh yeah, even just here between here and Fort Sounders.
Oh yeah, you go to Corsair, they got their own accent. Each little island has a different way of speaking on it, but if you go down to Cedar Island, they speak different than we do. Then if you go down to Harker's Island, they speak different than we do. We all got our own little accents on these little islands. They don't have the beautiful beach that we got. We're right here, stuck out here like so we have an ocean beach. We miss you, Dad. He's a good man. I miss you, Dad. We miss Lindsay. The weather was so bad we couldn't fish, couldn't get on the beach. So I said, come on, Lindsay, let's go for a ride. He and I got some 12-pack of beer, and we rode all over everywhere. And we rode the whole day up down these little roads and stuff like that. Kind of like we're doing, but more rough. And it was
What's up, Eric?
raining, blowing, weather was terrible, but I wish you was here to fish with us, my God. So this is a top-notch guy, I tell you that. All right, man, we'll catch you later, buddy.
Take care.
Take care.
This is a cute
We used to play like I was a kid all the time. We didn't have as many high lot of graveyards. Right here, see all the graveyards here?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's
It's
interesting.
the old family graveyard, you know, people used to bury their family in their yard.
Don't let friends in before it's bumper sticker on the
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Jamie Bear?
Silver Lake Harbor, what the old Silver Lake Harbor.
Has there ever been a time where you've been cut off? A lot of storms, stories have
Oh,
you
yeah.
been?
Oh, yeah, big time.
Like food gets cut off?
Yeah, we always keep food and beer in the refrigerator. If this is.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the skyscraper.
Yeah, boy, there was such a protest on that when they got built. It took forever, but they like to sabotage this guy. Finally, he got away with it. I just see him got our friendly business. Oh my God, we're a friendly competitor.
You guys get along?
Oh yeah, if I run out of cards, they call him. If he run out of cards, he calls me.
Which prices are better?
Oh, a little bit. We're the friendly dude. He's from New York. He's not the friendly. Now, this is a hell of a place to eat your lunch.
That's a good lunch place.
Yeah, really good lunch place. If you want breakfast or lunch, they can get a couple places.
So this is one of your local go-tos?
Yeah.
Clam strips, crab cakes, fried blue. What's fried blue? Bluefish?
Bluefish, yeah.
Bangladesh, what's up, man?
What you say, buddy? What you doing? Good to see you. How you doing? All right, doing good, pal. Getting out fishing. You ain't gonna win the tournament this time, are you? You were trying to? Good luck. Hey, hello, how you doing? All right. Good to see you, buddy. Good. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Yeah, you know, hey, Tim. Yeah, you. Don't know how.
Hi, Tyler.
He's a mainlander, but he's cooked second. He's not really a high diner. He's a mainlander over farmland.
Think about it.
Well, it's not really a thing, man. You know, I think kind of, he didn't come right across on the other side of the tank, like a farmer. Like a farmland on the other side of the tank.
Local crab cake?
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
So you got a few commercial guys out here still fishing these.
Yeah. Now, we don't do commercial crab, it's right on the line.
Okra Coke. Okra Coke Island. See, we weren't able to get out there. We're gonna have to visit there. Gotta go to Ocracoke Island. You gotta take a what? Oh, Hatteras. And then you gotta take the ferry. Oh, that's crazy. The ferry's gotta go up and around. Okay, and then you get the. Oh, that's awesome. Oh yeah, we gotta go there. See, we're from Boston, so we don't need to go out there in the middle of July when it's packed. I just need to go out there when like you give me some North Carolina weather in April, I'm good. Oh yeah, that should be super cool. That little downtown and everything. Oh, I would love that. Howard's Pub. Yeah, it's definitely super laid back. awesome. All right. And what south of there, I don't think people live on. After, oh yeah, so after Ocracoke, there's no like Harker's Island. Yeah, we looked that up. That'd be cool. Beaufort, Pivers Island. North Carolina has crazy like. It has so much waterfront. You know, getting all these super cool little towns. Atlantic Beach. This is probably more built up. Emerald Isle. And then you get all the way down to Oak Island. Yeah, it should be the news. Oh yeah, what are they doing? They're doing some work down here, right? What do they got for news? Oh. Do I pay for this? It's positive I do. Who's texting me? What are you guys doing? Not the most hard-hitting news. News from 22. Jeez. What? Oh, that'd be cool. Options for Oak Island Recreation Center. That'd be awesome. Yeah, millions of dollars, yeah. Well, what do you think it's gonna be? $100? Alright, well that's not all that exciting. Hey, miss you too, man. Community focus. It's a good thing. What's the other one? Wilmington something? Oh, there you go. Pay for this too, don't I? Probably stop paying for these things. But it's pretty interesting. Why my YouTube viewership just plummet? Yeah, what can you do? That's life. Yeah, they're trying to. Welcome back, Tom. Urgh. What do you mean? What are you talking about? No, I do not want print delivery. No, I do not want delivery. What would I do with that? Sign in. I definitely use this one. Oh man, I wasn't able to. Boom, look at that. I got it in the right place. What? Okay. Strategic plan. Wind phone, that's crazy. Haha, that's crazy. Because I got snow. I don't get snow often. Fucking seafood that's closed. We could use more volume. I cannot make out most of what you're saying. Yeah, I should probably have one of those. Can you hear me better now? $1 billion project. Alright, well. Keep being consistent with your workouts and posting. The workouts have paid off over the last 2 months for sure. Hey, thank you, I appreciate it. I tried to, can you hear me better now? I raised the volume. I do have like one of those things, microphones. But I guess I'd probably have to prioritize what. Yes, volume a little better. Maybe I don't speak loud enough. You know? Save. Yo, what is wrong? Something's definitely messed up with my TikTok live. I don't know why. Your volume's a little better, but still not good. You're saying I need to improve it. Need to improve it somehow. It's me, Kitty G. Man, some of these people have a crazy amount. This guy, 1,700 people. That's crazy. Dude, that's literally the same price. It's so stupid. Super early for would stink, but it's way cheaper. Of course, then you're leaving at 4 a.m., which is awful. What are you talking about? I don't know why flights would be so expensive. That stupid TikTok live is killing me. I don't think anyone's on it right now. They don't even let me like click on it. Ridiculous. What's going on here? Are you interested? TKKT06. Alright, let's see how many followers this guy has. 1,200 followers. I don't even know. I am from the HOTA community. We offer free support to help creators get more fans and gifts. And bring more viewers to your live streams every month based on your streaming time and data. I'll send you extra gifts whilst your account. Whitelist your account to keep it safe. I'll organize official events. I get so many messages from these people, but it's like, why you have like 1,200 members, followers? If you actually knew what you were doing, wouldn't you obviously have more followers than 1,200? Like, I quite obviously do not know what I'm doing. Like, I'm never going to sit there and be like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. And I have 2,400 followers. So the fact that someone that says they know what they're doing has 1,200 is not a good sign. Whoa, sorry. Low battery. I don't want to hear you complain. Stupid phone. Just complains all the time. Oh, I got low battery. All right, how about this? Everyone is saying they hope Joe Biden recovers. He's not going to recover. We need to have a conversation about how the media lied to all of us when we had an illegitimate, terminally ill occupant of the White House for over a year. Biden has been terminally ill since July 2024. We need to accept reality and start investigations. This is the biggest scandal to ever come out of the White House. Who cares about cigars inside a vagina when we're facing fabricated medical records and abuse of an auto pen to run cover for a terminally ill man who stole the election? There's no recovering when you're terminal. What do you guys think? The Pope. Why do people care about the Pope? Even if you're religious, why do you care who the Pope is? It's a way to like orient your life, and so you care about like all a God. Well, why do you care about the human? Did he really?
Drove us, and rather than and because it was a 4-lane highway that was accessible, my mother drove us, and rather than us be able to walk. And guess what? The first frost, you know what was happening? You had to put on your windshield wipers to get literally the oil slick off the window. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up had cancer, and why can't for the longest time Delaware had the highest cancer rate in the nation. And because it was a 4-lane highway that was accessible, my mother.
Where I'm from, Boston. Where are you from, man? New Jersey? Deontay. You from India? I don't think that doesn't sound Indian to me. Oh, I was right. How about that? You're from India. Haha. Smoked you, dude. Of course. India's a massive country, so. What are you guys doing? Alright, let's listen to Peter Schiff and what he believes, how Wall Street works. Kick back like normal? What do you mean? What's up, Jonathan? Haven't talked to you in a while, man. Hey.
You really have a very cozy, unhealthy relationship between
Ooh, that's some strength right there. Wow, look at that. The guy just picked. Wow. That's incredible. Your feet on the desk. Close it up. Is this really Britney Spears? Britney Spears. Whoa, look at her face. What's up with that? Brooklyn Bridge accident. So what happened here? He just runs into the bridge. It's so clearly too tall. It's not even close. Oh boy, the Brooklyn Bridge fight is worse than anyone thinks. I don't understand. Jesus, disgusting. Yeah, I know. The feet on the desk. What's happening on my computer? Alright, let's listen.
Invented the government and Wall Street. It's just like a big club revolving door personnel.
Yep.
And the Fed, through its policy, has really engendered an asset-based economic model
Oh.
to driving consumption, confidence. And so the Fed feels that they need to keep the stock market up. Because if the stock market crashes, everybody's poorer who owns stocks, so they spend less. Now we're in a recession, people lose their jobs. So the Fed kind of thinks, well, what's good for Wall Street is good for the economy. And of course, that works great for Wall Street. And so, and again, it's the same economists that work in the government work for Wall Street. They go back and forth. Right? They're the same people. They're all buddies. And of course, some of the biggest donors are, Wall Street bankers. You look at the people who write the big checks, not only just directly to the campaigns, because those are not the big checks, it's the PACs, right? So the people that are writing the $50,000, $100,000 plus checks to the PACs that are working to re-elect particular people, they are disproportionately on Wall Street. That's not a coincidence. And it's not that these guys are just so patriotic that they really feel that it's important to donate to the candidate who's going to do good for the country. No, they're making an investment in those candidates, just like anything else. evaluating it based on a cost benefit. Like, how much is it gonna cost me to buy this senator or this congressman? And what's my return on my investment gonna be? Because I'm not doing it out of the goodness of my heart, because I'm a patriotic American. No, it's because I want the politician in office that's gonna do things that make me money.
So how do you feel comfortable betting against that? Because don't they say don't fight the Fed?
I'm not fighting the Fed. The Fed's gonna keep creating inflation, so I wanna own assets that will benefit from what the Fed is doing. You know, I'm betting that the Fed is gonna continue to behave as recklessly in the future as it has in the past. That it's never gonna learn from its mistakes, and it's gonna keep repeating them. And it's gonna repeat them until it basically destroys the dollar, sends the price of gold to the moon. And so that's what I'm investing for. I'm investing for the end game, because I know how the game is gonna end. Those people who are playing it don't even realize the game that they're playing. They don't get the rules. They've just been winning for so long that, you know, they think they know how the game ends or how the game is played. They don't. And it's like a game of musical chairs that they don't know the music's gonna stop one day. They just think it's gonna keep on playing, and but it's gonna surprise them when it stops, and you know, they're not in the chair.
So how are they playing the game? Is that mostly with tech stocks? Because it seems like to me the NASDAQ and the S&P are the clear winners over the last 20 years or so. That's where a lot of people seem to be investing the bulk of their money.
Yeah, I mean, they are playing the game by buying the momentum, buying whatever the crowd is buying whatever is going up. And it doesn't matter what the fundamental value of the underlying business is. I mean, in some cases, it doesn't matter if the underlying businesses have any fundamental value at all, or do they even care? All that matters is what's the price, and where is it going, and how many people are buying. Look,
This guy, Dr. Tommy Martin, has never tried alcohol. Having FOMO one flight at a time. $100,000. 1964 Chevy truck. Wow, that is pristine. That is pretty badass.
the price of anything can go up and people keep buying. It's just that when they stop buying it, then you have a problem. Look at cryptocurrencies, right? They have zero fundamental value. So they're probably the most speculative investment, probably are the most speculative investment. Yet people have more profit in Bitcoin if they have been in it from the early days than in anything else. But all these things are going to ultimately collapse when inflation rears its head in a way that people realize it's here to stay, and recognize that the Fed is all talk and no bite, you know, bark and no bite when it comes to being able to contain inflation, being able to bring it anywhere near 2%, let alone back down to 2%. Although we'd be better off with inflation below 2%. I mean, 2% is not some holy grail that we need to shoot for, and that inflation is at 1%, that that's somehow a problem that the Fed needs to solve. And the only problem with 1% is that it's not zero. I'd rather have no inflation than 1%. And in fact, I'd rather have minus 1% than prices staying the same. You know, everybody wants lower prices. The lower the better. The less stuff costs, the more stuff I can buy. Even the businesses want to be able to lower prices. Because if they can lower the prices, they'll sell more stuff. And so how do businesses try to lower prices? They try to lower their costs. And what a businessman cares about is the margin. As long as I can sell above my cost, I'm making money, and then I more money if I can ramp up the volume.
But what about Japan's argument, where they've had a series of deflationary times where people are afraid to spend their money because it's going to be more valuable the next year?
That's very bad logic. I mean, people aren't afraid to spend money.
Maybe incentivized. If I wait a year to buy this couch, I can buy it way cheaper. If I don't need it now, I'm going to wait.
But what are you going to sit on for the next year on the floor? You know, it's
Assuming
like,
it's an upgrade.
well,
Assuming
but I
that-
mean, yeah, but the question is, how long do you want to sit on a shitty couch while you're waiting for the price of the couch you really want to go down? I mean,
Let's see what he says.
The tools that have gotten our users these type of results have become even more powerful. And now with our completely revamped offerings, anyone can leverage Stochastic's cutting-edge products to dominate this football season. In addition to our contest simulation tools, we've added our new single lineup simulator, where you can get instant feedback on the quality of your hand-built lineups in a second. And all of our other industry-leading data will be waiting for you to get
With a much bloodier conflict on Eurasian landmass right now than at the beginning of World War II. And people just kind of like, oh, well, we may have World War III. The kinetic part of World War III is here.
Carlson has said that Qatar are a great ally of America. It's like one of our closest allies in the world. The largest American air base in the Middle East is in Qatar. They're a close ally of ours. Meanwhile, other thinkers, including myself, would say actually they're part of the axis of evil, along with Iran and
So I,
Hamas and Hezbollah.
It's my comfort blanket. And I said to somebody earlier, you're the only person I remember at least being photographed going into jail with an FT. That was prison. Prison. No, I appreciate the distinction. Did prison radicalize you, or were you already radicalized? I was radicalized, but it opened my eyes to a lot of prisons. These prisons are very dangerous, extremely dangerous for the nonviolent young drug offenders put in there for 15, 20, 25 years. Danbury is a very small place. When you have to live the next 20 years of your life in a prison that's 100 years old and supposed to have 800 inmates, it has 1,200 because of the overcrowding, because only foreign nationals. It's very dangerous, and the prisons have to be reformed. I'm working with Jared and Peter Navarro to get the BOP candidates in and start to do some serious prison reform. And Jared, I know this is a rare cross-party issue. Jared hasn't had jail experience, but you hit Navarro. Well, his father went to prison. That's what Jared's in back to the First Step Back. First Step Back is revolutionary. It hasn't been implemented. The thing I found shocking hasn't been implemented. I don't say it's because it was Trump's bill. I think a lot of it was incompetence or just lethargy. But the First Step Back is, you cut inmates, nonviolent criminals, time in half, and it hasn't been implemented. So Jared is really the author of that. He did a brilliant job. I wasn't that into it when he first did it. I got into it late to help get it passed because of the politics. But it's brilliant, and we're trying to do so much more. The prisons are a disgrace in this country. Absolute disgrace. I think a lot of people would agree with you. I want to get into the meat of what MAGA is and what the real end game is beyond the trolley. If there is a beyond the trolley. I mean, which is my suspicion, and you can allay it if you like, but let me start with current affairs, which is the Cardinal Prevost, who's now, of course, the heir of the 14th. You said a couple of weeks ago, or no, 10 days ago, whatever it was, he was the dark horse candidate, and then he became Pope. So you've got a pretty good predictive record. I have to say, I find there is a sort of Trump reaction going on around the world, and I see it as Canada, Australia, the Vatican.
2016 campaign, he criticized when he did the mass down on the border. He criticized our ability to wall. The president at that time, candidate Trump, and I recommended he come back strong on that. And Bergoglio the entire time has been vehemently anti-Trump, but that's not the. It's not just being anti-MAGA or anti-Trump. That's the politics of it, right? And Prevost is a continuation, but it is for the traditional Catholics in the crowd, the Latinist Catholics, the pre-Vatican II Catholics. We're close to a schism in the church between Bergoglio and this kind of radical way he's taking it, and Prevost. What my research found, we have lots of contacts in the Curia, we have lots of contacts in the Vatican. You know, I've spent a lot of time in Italy. We had a monastery that we actually owned before the government took it away from us to be kind of a counter to what's going on in the Vatican. So we have a broad network of the traditionalists. And Prevost, and I'm saying this, the conclave for the Pope was more rigged than the 2020 election. Now, why do I say? Let me back up some facts. On Piers Morgan's show 10 days before the conclave started, I called. I said, Prevost is the dark horse. He wasn't in any betting pool. You look at Italian TV, nowhere. The reason is not only is he's only been a cardinal less than 2 years. He was the perfect acolyte for Bergoglio to continue his thing. The front page of the New York Times says that today. If you read the whole huge front page story. More importantly, because of our efforts and because the traditional church in America is on fire. With vocations and young people and vibrancy and urgency, that we helped cut off the money going to the Vatican. And so the Vatican, the Wall Street Journal had a huge article this week that showed the Vatican has tons of assets, but they're illiquid. They need the American cash. They would never put a traditional American in that role because they think the American church has too much power. Prevost is going to be the contact for the big American donors.
I know anything now.
Damn, my TikTok lives really dropped off. Why the book? You see me. I love to read. Yeah. Alright, time to end it. I'll stay on for a little bit. Serafina. That is one cute puppy. That is one cute puppy. What's up, Ethan? How you doing, man? Ride or die over here. Papa. Yeah, I'm sure that's what she's doing. Bessie's so hard grabbing drinks with her husband. Sure. It's a Larry report. I still don't understand how I could get so high. Paying $35 for this. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, there was a joke at the time, a couple of days ago, when you were made Pope, that Matt Davey had rigged another election for Chicago Cardinal. But I think
His brother did say
you're not underestimating the reaction against Trump here and the influence of Pope Francis on having appointed 2/3, 3/4 of the cardinals, whatever.
that's true, but he was only, it is, he worked in the dicastery for the archbishops. However, he was virtually totally unknown. The American cardinal
I don't know who the curious is.
We're gonna have a schism in the church because the traditional Catholics are not gonna go along with the continuation of
Okay,
Bergoglio.
so let's park the Pope for a moment. I want to get. No, I asked you about the Pope, just to be clear.
I told you not to go there.
Yeah, it was,
Let's start with this, let's start with taxes.
I'm not yet regret. But let's park it. I want to get into. I think it's fair to say that you are the best explainer of MAGA, particularly to audiences like this. And you know, you read the FT for a reason, and that you present a theory of the case. And I was trying to think. You were strategist during the 2016 election and then in the White House in Trump's first term. And you have been chief explainer of MAGA to many, many audiences. Who is the equivalent of you? The outside came up with from past eras of figures who aren't necessarily elected but have a sort of command over shaping the zeitgeist was Grover Norquist. And Grover Norquist had a huge influence, very different, but a huge influence over Republicans in Washington by getting them to sign the anti-tax pledge, which, was binding and sort of militantly enforced. And he really shaped the Republican Party into being purely a party of tax cuts. You're quite different, but I want you to explain first before I sort of follow up with why you're different. You don't believe in tax cuts, right?
I believe in massive tax cuts for the middle class and the working class are permanent. I believe if we can't cut federal spending, that the wealthy in this country, at least the billionaires, ought to be at 40% as a start. The country's in a financial crisis. The people that we've had the greatest concentration of wealth under President Obama because of the bailouts in 2008, how they were done. And now because of COVID, we have a tremendous concentration of wealth in this country. As such, we have a capitalist system with very few capitalists. I think 75% of the people don't own any real assets or financial assets. So we have to have fundamental change in this country. Part of that has to come from the tax structure. I think you see from Grover Norquist, they're playing from a playbook. We've changed the electorate in the Republican Party. We are a working class and middle class party. And the reason is the Democrats, the credential class, completely abandoned the Democratic Party. I come from a Democratic family. We're Irish, people, firemen, phone workers, cops, that type of thing, union people. And the Democratic Party abandoned us. And that's why, 100 and some days into this, there's no real theory of the case on the Democratic side. Bob Wright, the Labor Secretary, wrote this brilliant piece in The Guardian the other day calling for a left-wing populism. But there's no left-wing populism until you start talking about economic issues. You can watch MSNBC or these things all night long, and you never see Ro Khanna is never on, Fetterman, they're trying to run out of the party, Sherrod Brown's defeated. They never talk about the core issues of economics that are important to the American people.
And we're going to get into that. Just, quickly, how often do you talk to President Trump?
I think if you watch the show over 4 hours a day, he gets clips every day, and I think you can see that a lot of the truth socials or things come out of some of the stuff we say, but it's frequently enough.
Frequently enough.
I don't want to listen. He's got the weight of the world on his shoulders. The last thing he needs is a Steve Bannon calling him up all the time. Hey, here are my thoughts. My thoughts are out. My thoughts are on that show every day. The reason the show is so powerful, it's a working class audience and a middle class audience who are activists. It's all about using your human agency.
No, I get everything.
And so by doing that, he sees it.
Is it the daily, weekly?
No. It's not the big. He's got the weight of the world on his shoulders. What is Steve Bannon? What is Steve Bannon bugging for on
The
some?
reason I ask in this context is there's a budget before the House, and that budget says we will pay for the tax cuts with cuts to Medicaid, essentially. A
fights, they want to cut $880 billion out of Medicaid, and you can't do it because MAGA's on Medicaid because there's not great jobs in this country.
Okay, so let's say that it happens that let's typify it as a Grover Norquist bill, because that is a Grover Norquist bill.
I'd rather say I was Mark Rylance and Cromwell in Wolf Hall than Grover Norquist.
It's certainly more gripping. But no, it's not. This is gripping to watch. And right now, it looks like Grover Norquist bill is going to be passed.
I totally disagree with that.
Okay.
First off, Grover Norquist doesn't want no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime. He's a protector of what the Republican Party was, and it kind of still part of it is a big donor party. It's one of the problems with the Democrats. The big donors run the Democratic Party also. Everything you see on MSNBC and Fox is all pro wrestling. It's not the heart of it. The heart of it is money and power, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to do this by breaking the Grover Norquist mentality on Capitol Hill, and it is a struggle. But I think if you see this bill right now, and that's what they haven't put out whether the upper brackets are going to be permanent. There's all types of moving pieces on this, and the date you have to look at is the debt ceiling in August. This is going to be fought, negotiated, marked up, debated intensely over the next couple of months.
Now, I take it you would support the tax increase on the very wealthy.
Oh, definitely.
A serious one or a symbolic one?
No, seriously, the math doesn't work unless you do that. You have to, for the upper bracket, I think the entire upper bracket, but I would go to $1 million and above, have to pay it 40%, and have to pay it 40%. They don't get, and they definitely don't get their tax cut permanently, and if they can't help on cutting the spending, which they're one of the drivers of, eventually taxes may have to go up from that, but you can't, the system we have is unsustainable. You can't have $2 trillion deficits annually and continue to try to finance those. We're the world's reserve currency now, but the BRICS nations and the rest of the world are getting, smart to the scheme.
The reason I'm sort of pressing you on this is because you are really, you diagnose, I agree with your diagnosis of what's happened to the middle class in the last 40 years or so. They have been squeezed, and there has been a rising inequality, and there has been populist resentment. Some of it comes from that, not all of it, but we can get on to the other bits, but some of it comes from that. And so you identify inequality as an issue, but sort of simple way of looking at this thing is if you want to redress inequality, you're going to have to reduce freedom. Freedom and equality are a zero-sum game. Yet, your
Freedom for the billionaires, is that my trade-off?
well, that might be, but that's rhetorical. Let me finish my
I'll hit the bid on that.
Okay, but the freedom and equality thing is generally seen as a trade-off. And yet your solution to the I think correctly diagnosed Wordsworth middle-class problem is for more freedom. It's the deconstruction of the administrative state, which makes life easier for billionaires. There's a real tension.
Yes, but hang on, let's be specific. Right now, and this is what populist nationalism is doing. Right now in this city, we have the oligarchs up against the wall. We have Google. This is the FTC under President Trump Ferguson, Gail Slater and the team or the antitrust division at DOJ Main Justice, the FTC, and hey, we're all advocates of
Superman?
who was one of the best chairmen
Superman?
the FTC ever had, hung out to dry by the Democratic Party because they're owned by the oligarchs. We have Google. We're breaking up Google. We have the search engine in one court in Northern Virginia. We have the ad sales apparatus in the other.
Breaking up Google.
Facebook, he went and begged Trump in the Oval Office multiple times. Don't send me to trial. He's at trial right now.
Sure this isn't a shakedown, and that at some point Google, Mark Zuckerberg and some of the will be able to call off these antitrust actions by going to Trump and saying, we'll give you $1 billion of free legal advice.
There's President Trump, by selecting this team, we're neo-Brandeisians like Lena Khan. This is the most aggressive antitrust apparatus we've ever had. This goes back to like Teddy Roosevelt or FDR. Here's what I'm confident. I'm confident that they all came and begged for mercy. They all came and begged for mercy, and they're all in federal court getting broken up right now. Now, are they the city? People know this. The city's run by big pharma, big tech, and the big defense industry. Let's not kid ourselves. Let's have an adult conversation. They own it. They own the law firms. They're partners with the private equity firms. They own all the lobbyists. They own the media. except for the Financial Times and a few brave others. No. But you know this, and so yes, it's an uphill struggle. And I think President Trump's been particularly heroic in this and hasn't gotten any credit. But look, every day in the Oval Office is a pressure cooker, right? Where they're coming at him from every different angles. And the oligarchs, Elon Musk wrote a big check to back a ground game that without that check we would have won, but it would have been a much tougher tractor pull. I don't think we would have heard about it at 10 o'clock at night on the 5th.
Okay.
So they get some runway, but Trump is crushing the oligarchs right now.
You described Elon Musk as, I think, a parasitical illegal immigrant. Is that right?
Or words to that effect.
Words to that effect.
Yes. I'm very proud of the fact that I'm the only person, except some folks on the left, that stood up to him. Because of H-1B visas, that's where it started, which is a total scam. To do nothing but take jobs away. This is why we have no minorities, no blacks and Hispanics in Silicon Valley, because of H-1B visas. We're bringing indentured servants over here from other countries who shouldn't be. It's outrageous we're doing that. But that was just one. I mean, Elon Musk and I had many, many fights, but Elon Musk is gone, right? Elon Musk is gone, and I'm still here.
I will concede that point. You also are being called a racist and said you should go back to South Africa. And what we are seeing on the other side of the ledger is that the only refugees being admitted to this country are Afrikaners, or whatever they
I disagree with that totally.
And it does look, I mean, I understand that there is a sort of Fortress America element to MAGA, but do you see how the rest of the world sees this?
I don't agree with everything. You're not going to agree with everything. There's so many huge things going on. President Trump, on so many different levels, is delivering so far beyond, whether it's the national security strategy, America First economics, or the deportation, sealing of the border in 60 days when people told us it's going to take 10 years and 2 million more invaders. He's doing so much. Some of the stuff I don't agree with. I think a lot of that's on the margin. I'm a believer that right now, to protect the African American and Hispanic community in this country, working class and middle class people, that we ought to cease, at least temporarily, all visas into the country. All. Right? Well, I don't care if you're from Norway, South Africa, or wherever. Just
Or what?
or no work visas. When President Trump said he wanted to put a green card stapled to every college degree, I said, look, I love the president. I know what he wants to make this the best and the brightest. I would staple an exit visa that gives them 30 days to go back home. The American kids in this country under 30 can't get jobs they can buy houses on. The only way you're going to do that is stop having the world come to their country and compete against them. So I'm a hardcore. We have to stop it temporarily. Get all the scams out of these visa programs because they're riddled with scams by the corporations. We have to make them for the American citizen first, and the country first, and then open it back up.
Has Doge been a failure?
Doge was not look, I was deconstruct the administrative state and destroy the deep state. What Doge did, I think you did have to give kind of a trauma blow to the administrative state to get their attention. What I didn't like about Doge, and I said it from day one, it's getting the people on Capitol Hill off the hook on the smart cuts we have to make to federal spending. We spent about 1.7 trillion discretionary. Before you get to the entitlements, because you're never going to get to the entitlements, the American people will never trust you until they see what you can do on discretionary. And discretionary has to start in the Pentagon. We can't afford and we don't need a $1 trillion defense budget. Okay? But you have to do it smartly. Look at all the congressmen who are running around like little kids thinking he's some fairy godfather. $1 trillion in fraud. That's not going to happen. There is fraud in the system. There's plenty of fraud over the Pentagon, of which they didn't at least they didn't expose anything. So it gave people off the hook. So now we're in May with a debt
You are hot.
come due. Scott Besson's as smart as you get, but a debt ceiling is going to come due in August. And if you look at these cuts, it's kind of a riddle. It didn't touch defense. You don't know if they're really real cuts. We've wasted, in that regard, I think, 3 or 4 valuable months because Doge didn't deliver. And if they have, I would love to do it. I keep asking Russ Vogt every couple of days, have we codified the waste, fraud, and abuse that was supposed to be seen by Doge? I saw yesterday on the Hill, I think the Senate voted against some some bill to actually codify the Doge cuts in one department. So no, I think overall what it's done is okay, but it's been like an IT department.
So one of your most quoted comments is deconstruction of the administrative state.
Yeah.
You want to cut? I mean, you've just been outlining what
It's 6.5% of GDP right now. We have to get down to 3.
is the IRS part of the administrative state.
Yes.
So how are you going to cut the deficit if you're not effective?
Well, it's do you cut blindly? No. The administrative state has become the fourth branch of government that's not elected. Whether AOC, and I saw up close and personal in the White House, whether AOC's president or Donald Trump's president, the administrative state, the deep state run this town. Okay, they don't really, you're just passing through. That's what we have to break up, this fourth branch of government that was never conceived in the Constitution.
This is where I'm confused then.
Okay.
I mean, is the DOJ and the FTC that are prosecuting Google, are they the deep state?
No, the deep state is that's the administrative state, and we fought.
Or will the
The administrative state is the bureaucracy, and the administrative state that runs things. The deep state is the kind of rogue Victorian guard of certain elements, the Defense Department, intelligence, FBI, DOJ, that run the deal, and it have to be rooted out, root and branch. The administrative state, we fought the other day on the show. We lit up George's office when it came that they wanted to do away with the FTC. They magically wanted to do away with the FTC and make one agency, right? And the cost cutting. It's just when FTC's got Zuckerberg, in court, and we came on and said that they can't do it. In fact, I was going to say, I'm not an anarchist, and we're not libertarians. We don't say you can't have any state. What you can't have is an administrative state that has a $7 trillion budget that is out of control. You have to deconstruct it. You have to get down to the limited government. Conservatives have talked about it forever. We're actually doing it now. And you can do it. And you can keep an FTC. You can keep the FTC. That should be eliminated. And Cash Patel is a very close friend of mine. And Cash Patel clearly has other ideas because he went to Congress yesterday and asked for $1 billion more than President Trump put in the budget. So, no, there's aspects of this that have to be taken apart. There's other aspects that have to be streamlined for more efficiency, more effectiveness. But we're not anarchists. We don't want to get away. We don't want to do away with all of these things.
So I'm aware, I've got tons of questions, but I'm aware of the service. I'm always any consequence. So there will be some member of the audience become afraid that you're most quoted as having said is flooding the zone with shit. Now flooding the zone with shit implies some of the stuff you're flooding isn't. But I promised I'd get back to the Pope. Clearly, of politics.
It's two or three things in the first term
Hi.
came from behind. We had no team, no organization. There was no bench. And I said at the time in PBS, we were trying to put up 2 or 3 things a day. So the media jumps on one and the other two. And they're not going to get it now. This is why we're so.
Well, that was Trump. What do you think it worked, right? I mean, I'd like to compare about being great, but actually, clearly, the reaction was outrageous, and it's quite
But that's how the left kills himself because they jump all over this. And they have
That's correct. Some of the stuff isn't legit. Some of the stuff's real. You know instinctively when Trump, however often you talk about it, you know instinctively which shit and which is not.
No, because you can see, this is Project 2025, the phrase that shall not be used, right?
My name is Drew, and instead of going for the bodybuilding look,
16, the scale in 20 was actually just as providential from our perspective. We could see just how radical this government would be. Remember, all of us in Trump's inner circle, Trump himself, deep bank, deep platform, IRS audits, prison. They tried to send Trump to prison for 700 years. So, but in doing this, coming back as Trump did, and understanding what they're going to do, we had a political strategy, which is the precinct strategy, to get people active, to use your agency to go take over every precinct, to take over the Republican Party and build a real base of MAGA for Trump. The other was these public intellectuals, Stephen Miller at America First Law, America First Policy Institute with Brooks Rollins, Russ Vogt at CRA, DeMint and Meadows over at CPI, and the kind of overarching was the flood the zone and so overwhelm the opposition that can't come. And that is what the first 100 days I think has shown you. That there's been some trauma.
You can wars are really easy to win because it being trade wars are easy to win. It's something he's believed for many decades. All the these trade wars are worth fighting. The trade deficits are a measure of how much we're being ripped off. That's not flooding the censorship, right? That is something that we actually believe is where
We believe that to the core of our movement.
can you tell, because there's stuff in between, can you tell, I don't know, when he says Abrego Garcia has MS-13 in his knuckles, I mean, we know that's Photoshop.
But hang on, but when you've
Right.
done and you know that he worked for a human trafficker in Houston, he was picked up in his car in Tennessee. We have police reports about that, and the media's going to sit there like he's some innocent victim. Stop it. This guy's a hardened criminal, and he's leaving the country. If the Democratic Party wants to argue about a guy like that coming back from El Salvador from a prison, go ahead and argue it. It's a 90-10 issue. And this shows me how out of touch the Democratic Party is. Because that issue is about protecting Hispanics and African American working class in this country.
But you might be right about him, I don't know. But I mean, I think that the argument's also, does he get due process? That's the real argument. But
A guy can hold it. There is no due process. If you're not an American citizen, you're here illegally, there's no due process. And I'm telling you, this is coming to a head because President Trump, we started it on the show, and this is how it picks up momentum. We are going to suspend the writ of habeas corpus if the courts keep ruling against us and don't allow these mass deportations to continue. Just like President Lincoln, this was an invasion. The country's at war. He's commander in chief. It's Article 2 power, and this is going to come.
are you predicting that will happen?
First off, there is going to be a constitutional crisis before the court leaves. You know that you just saw the federal judge in San Francisco last night ruled against him, his Article 2 power to basically rearrange and take, fire people in these agencies, etc. There's a challenge. The only way the Democrats are even winning right now is to delay, to deny is to delay. They have no political operation. They have no counter argument. They have no populist economics. So what they're doing is getting more and more radical on these raids like they did in New Jersey yesterday. And the judges are trying to stop him. The Supreme Court's going to have to make a decision about President Trump's Article 2 powers, and we're going to see it. And I believe if the courts keep trying to slow him down, you're going to see him, as Stephen Miller laid out pretty well yesterday, and it'll be, I'm sure, developed over time, suspension of the writ of habeas corpus, just like President Lincoln did in the Civil War.
But if, and this is, I'm asking for a prediction, if the Supreme Court votes the wrong way from your point of view, do you predict that Trump will ignore it?
I think we'll have to wait till that time. That's what I'm saying.
What's your instinct?
I don't think we'll lose. We'll win at least 5-4, probably more. But I don't want to, handcuff President Trump on what he's going to do and what his possibilities are. He's the commander in chief. He is, have been invaded. This is the easy part too. These are the criminals and the terrorists. We have 10 million more people that have to leave the country, or we don't have a country. We have to do it humanely. We have to do it with Judeo-Christian values, but they have to go. And this is what the Democrats know by jamming us up in court right now and making this so painful, how tough it's going to be. But before the Supreme Court leaves for their summer break, there's going to be a constitutional crisis.
We have a 4-minute rapid fire round before I'll enter into the audience. Will Trump run for a third term?
Yes.
So,
And he'll win the third term. He'll be
but what will
be
the
the
Supreme
president.
Court think about that? I mean,
We'll have to see at the time.
okay. I mean, it does, the 22nd Amendment's pretty clear, that's right.
It's pretty clear what his Article 2 power is, and I think we have 250 lawsuits in federal court right now, so when people tell me that, it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear what the president's power is. It's pretty clear what his power is to basically reprogram. And they had a federal judge yesterday said it gave a temporary restraining order for the entire nation on 21 different agencies. So when I hear that argument, I say, hey, the Constitution's clear on a lot of things until it's defined. President Trump will run again. He will run again, and he will win again, and he'll be the president on the afternoon of January 2029.
But you're justifying him breaking the 22nd Amendment by saying you think you're questioning judges' orders on various executive actions and saying,
I didn't say we're going to break. I'm going to say we're going to break the 22nd Amendment. There are multiple workarounds.
You mean running his running his
There's
mates?
many, there's multiple, at the appropriate time, probably after the 22 midterms, I will lay out the case of President Trump has nothing to do with this. He's already said, hey, look, I want to be here 4 years and do a great job. And you can tell the pressure on him every day. He's leaving for Saudi Arabia, tomorrow? The pressure on him every day. This is something that we're totally doing on the outside, but it's a very serious effort. And the reason it's a serious effort, a guy like Trump comes along once in a country's history. We've had General Washington at the birth of the country. We've had Lincoln at the rebirth. We've had President Trump. This is the age of folks. You can like it or not like it. Let me give you a fact. You're living in the age of Trump. This is the age of Trump. He's totally redefined American politics. He's totally redefined politics going forward. He saved our nation from going down at the hand of these globalists.
So let's get back to that. And I was going to move on. The question was going to be, is Vladimir Putin a force for good?
No, it's KGB age, not a Russian. The Russian people, you saw the ceremony the other day, Russian people were a great ally in World War II. 35 million gave their lives fighting the Nazis, like Lao Baixing, the Chinese, and we abandoned both of them at the end of the war. We threw them to the dogs, and then in '89, when both of those systems collapsed, we threw them to the dogs again. Those are our allies. No, Putin's not a good guy. He's not a force for good in the world. He's a KGB guy. Was Joseph Stalin a force for good in the world?
Are you asking me?
No, I'm saying because we were partnered with Joseph Stalin. He's right up there with Hitler. Okay, we've partnered with very bad people in the past. And what you saw happening in Moscow the last couple of days was Xi and Putin looking like two teenagers on a first date. It is not good for this country. We had every opportunity to try to have a Russian rapprochement and pull Russia out of that relationship with China. And this is going to have now a massive, terrible impact, not just for our current generation, but for future generations.
Are you turning a bit on Putin?
No, I've never been a pro-Putin guy.
You think Trump is turning a bit on Putin?
I don't think so. I think, look, he understands these guys are the mullahs, Xi, the criminals in Beijing, in Moscow. These are bad hombres. Nobody says they're good guys. They're bad hombres. Trump knows that. They didn't cross Trump. They wouldn't have gone to Ukraine. They didn't go to Ukraine when Trump was there because they're not going to cross him. But President Trump's seeing it right now and trying to get to some solution in Ukraine. He sees exactly how they act. They're going to do what's in their interest, right? And this is going to be a grind. And that's, I think, with President Trump going to the Gulf Emirates this week is a start, right? They had some sort of involvement in this Kashmir thing. I think when people understand that arc of instability from Ukraine all the way down to Turkey, that arc of instability is like a tinderbox right now. You're one misstep away from the whole thing going on. This is the kinetic part of the Third World War. It's much bloodier what's happened since Ukraine than what happened from Poland to June of 41 with the Wehrmacht going into Russia. It's much bloodier. It's 5 times bloodier. We're in a kinetic part of a global struggle right now.
So two very final, and I mean rapid if possible.
Yeah.
More rapid minutes, but which Democrat do you most fear?
Right now, none really, because they haven't embraced economic populism and economic nationalism. There's a lot of talent over there. It just seems to kind of wander around. You have a lot of governors that could be very competitive, although I think we're past that era. Maybe it's a Mark Cuban, you don't know how Newsom's going to reposition himself. And we'll have to see. It's going to be, they have to get an idea of how to turn the country around economically.
And the final one, then we'll go to the floor. The comment that Trump made the other day with Terry Brown on ABC that no, he's not going to run for a third term. He's not going to take your advice. And it should be Vance or Rubio. That sounded to me like classic. Set your underlings against each other.
Mark said among others.
But if you were to choose who would Trump's successor be, who would that be?
Trump. It's going to be Trump. Because otherwise you're going to get around all the court intrigue. We have to focus. We have to we need a sense of urgency on what we're doing. And that, to me, is the best way, is to just focus on it's going to be Trump and figure out how we get there.
This guy is a maniac. Ben's a maniac.
We're already way down the road on that. Focus on now, between now and the midterms, of everything that has security-wise, the economy, the deportations. You got so many huge. Think about it. Every day there's some historical event going on. We have to focus on that. And then we get caught up in the court intrigue, and that's what the media wants. The media wants a horse race. They want court intrigue inside the White House between Marco and JD. It's not relevant. It's irrelevant. It's
That's right.
irrelevant.
That was my question. I'm so sorry. I've been stealing time. First of all, here, and then there, and then Dimitri. Yes, equality.
Hello. Can you preview what's going to happen locally in DC if the Bowser Act passes and home rule goes away? You have any knowledge on that?
Well, how can it get, as a resident of DC, how can it get any worse under home rule? I mean, home rule's been a disaster, I think. I think that's why I wanted Ed Martin to be DC attorney, but those people who didn't like Ed Martin, Judge Judy will be 10 times with a bigger hammer. But, you know, they already took down the crime, I think 20 or 25%. This is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. It ought to be one of the safest cities in the world. And it's a very unsafe city. I live right back in the Supreme Court on Capitol Hill. And it's very unsafe there. And so we have to do something, and I think it's got to be pretty dramatic.
Second, then third. So the gentleman there, and then Dimitri.
Hi, Steve. I'm James Laddie Williams. Would you say the American people have a common narrative or perception of how well the country is doing or not doing? And secondly, would it be advantageous to the president's success in leading the nation for the people to have a shared narrative on how well the country is doing or not? And finally, what is the role of the media in driving to that shared narrative if it is indeed advantageous or desired?
I think the shared narrative, if you look at working class people, there's 9 million people that have working 2 jobs, is what, 1.4 trillion, there's $1.4 trillion of credit card debt, 10% of that's non-performing. The life of the working class, of people that get up every day, black, Hispanic, white, Asian, and go to work, is terrible in this country. They can barely make it. They're falling behind every day. This is why they don't want to be on Medicaid. The reason MAGA's on Medicaid is the jobs. We shipped all the high-value manufacturing jobs Wall Street did, the private equity firms did, overseas, so that they can make law-abiding slave labor. So there's a common narrative, and the media doesn't go look for it. And this is why Trump keeps coming up as a surprise. Why does Trump keep winning? Why does Trump have increasing support among particularly black men? Why does Trump have support of Hispanics? Why did Star County in Texas is 97% Hispanic down the Rio Grande Valley. It's the most hard-scrabbled county in this country. We lost it by 60 points in 2016. We won it by 16 points in 2024. The Hispanic community is coming our way. The black community is coming our way. That's the common narrative. It's right there for it. If the credential class shipped all the high-value manufacturing jobs Wall Street
What county is this?
firms did overseas, so that they can make law-abiding slave labor. So there's a common narrative, and the media doesn't go look for it. And this is why Trump keeps coming up as a surprise. Why does Trump keep winning? Why does Trump have increasing support among particularly black men? Why does Trump have support of Hispanics? Why did Star County in Texas is 97% Hispanic down the Rio Grande Valley? It's the most hard-scrabbled county in this country. We lost it by 60 points in 2016. We won it by 60
That's
points in
incredible.
2024. The Hispanic community is coming our way. The black community is coming our way. That's the common narrative. It's right there for it. If the credential class of the Democratic Party gave a shit, they just went out and just saw what they saw, they would understand what the common narrative of this is, that the working class and middle class in this country are getting screwed by the elites in this nation.
Steve, Dimitri from the FT. How do you defend to the MAGA camp that you're a fan of the newspaper that's loved by the credentials class in America? That's my simple question. My other question is, in the last few decades, one of the most conservative justices in the Supreme Court, Scalia, he and Ginsburg didn't agree on very much. They both agreed that people in the United States, whether they are citizens or an Irishman like me, are afforded the same rights under the Constitution. Why was Scalia wrong?
I don't think foreigners are accorded the rights, but I'm not a constitutional
Yeah.
right. It's my own personal belief, but I think that'll also be tried again with the same with the 14th Amendment. Your first question, I teach this. How is War Room so powerful? To a blue-collar and working-class audience, we teach this newspaper every day. We pull Ed's clips on Morning Joe. It's interesting, The only time you see the Financial Times, the only time you see people really talking about issues on MSNBC are either Morning Joe or Stephanie Rule, early in the morning, late at night. The whole rest of them is nothing but pro wrestling, totally irrelevant. That's what the Democratic Party's not going to change. It's just grievance and Trump, they're blowing their heads up. This paper, you guys are globalists. I understand that. I don't fault you with that. The best way to teach a working class audience how the nation really works, not what they see on Fox, all that phony crap on Fox, is to show them how money and power work, to show them what capital markets are, why the 10-year bond's so important, why Liz Truss got turfed out by the bond market, why we as Americans are now going to have our own moment with the bond market. Because when this comes this August with the debt ceiling, don't think we have unlimited alternatives. We as Americans, because we either kick the can down the road or let the elites in the country make decisions, we are every day having narrower and narrower alternatives. This is why now we have to go into discretionary spending. That's going to hurt. And guess what? That's just the top. That's just the first level. It's going to hurt a lot more. So the FT, and I also, when I taught my class in prison, I used the FT.
Sorry, I didn't see hands. I can't believe there are no questions. I can see a hand there. Sorry, it's a bit right.
Thank you, Steve. Can you speak to deregulation and AI and the effects on the electorate and how the administration may reconcile that tension between achieving that and helping American workers?
It is.
All right, time to go to bed.